Hi Pisces, and welcome to December 2021 general reading. So yeah, links to my website are below and the support button for PayPal. So Pisces, this might be my last reading. I don't know what lies ahead for 2022, and there's not been any support really for the channel, so it might be the last reading, but I wanted to do it sort of for Christmas. So you do get two Lenormands. You get first of all the Mask and then the Bear. So the Mask can be that feeling. It's not my favourite card now about having to put on a front. So I mean, it's quite a big card to have over the holidays. You know, sometimes we need to put on a mask to when we're with people and we don't feel it's genuine and we don't feel it's authentic. What's interesting about this card is there's a doorway to a new life, Pisces, here, which means I almost want to ask, is it true? Is it really true that you need to be with people that you need to wear this mask for? Because that is not the era that we are moving into. But anyhow, is this something to contemplate? Sometimes masks are good. They can be good when we're at work. They can be good when we have to play a role. But wearing these masks in our lives can be very, very, very challenging psychologically. You know, if you're in a relationship and you don't want to be in one, but you have to put up a front, that sort of thing. And that tends to be what leads to very explosive situations. So maybe to spend some time, am I being genuine in my connections? Because there's a doorway to a new life here. You then get the Bear. So the Bear has got two different meanings. The Bear can be about receiving support, like having a leg up, or it can be very much about your primal instincts and the desire to protect. So first of all, what I want to say, Pisces, if any of you are in a very challenging situation but need to stay there because of young children, I really feel for you. If you are having to wear a mask in a job that you don't want to be in because you've got the tribe to look after, okay? I've been there, guys. I really understand. And for others of you, there's a doorway here to walk through. And the Bear instincts should be about protecting your own spirit, your own soul. It's going to be different for everyone, and only you can really reflect on, where am I wearing masks? Where's the freedom, but I'm not going towards it? And it might be that you can't because you're in circumstances. It tends to be when children are very small. But if they're not, Pisces, there's a doorway here, and what you need to protect is your soul, your wellness, your happipiness. Very interesting cards to go. Let's see how this plays out. And I'm thinking about, I've got Pisces moon. I'm like, oh my God, where am I wearing a mask? And where am I going to go? No, I'm off. I'm off. Yeah, actually, those cards are very relevant. Yeah. It's walking away from, if there's any situation, Pisces, where you're in pretense, that's what has to go. It has to go. And what you want is the Six of Cups. Joy, reunion, hitting the sweet spot. The gift is the Hermit. The challenge is the Moon. Yeah. So that can be a bit dealing, there's something about instincts. And very often the Moon talks about our instincts to protect, to let me carry on. So you've got the Death card in your relationships. There's some sort of change going on here, definitely. You know, I think for some Pisces, this might only be for one person, by the way. And if that's the case, there's nothing I can do. And the best way to change your life, Pisces, if this isn't your reading, is generosity. People really don't get it. They really don't. This is someone's reading. It looks like there's quite a lot going on here. Then, oh, Four of Wands in your money and work. So something's going well. Hierophant at a soul level. I think some of you are having to walk away from, some of you are potentially walking away from a relationship that's been built on a sense of pretense. Remember, that is because we all have Pisces and we all have Neptune, every single one of us. But when we're in the shadows of that energy, we're living a life of pretense. Now, some of us have to do it for a certain amount of time. Again, young children, things like that. But then there comes a point when we don't. We're just playing a game of pretense. And I think this pretense is going to be over, if that's some of your case. Pluto's going to hit Venus 3 times over the Christmas period. So anything that's been shaky or not built on solid ground is going to be coming to an end for everyone. There's something in me that's not worried here, Pisces, because look at the amount of stability you've got. At a soul level, you've got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant can mean faith, but it's also Taurus. It's about your essential needs. So essential needs are shelter, food, clothing. I mean, the internet's classed as an essential need now, in the Western world at least. It looks like they're all taken care of because you've got the Four of Wands in your money and work, which is crossing a threshold. And it looks like you're very, very supported, and there's a lot of substance here. But I think some of you might have met someone new, because what you want is the Six of Cups, which is about reconnection and reunion. And the Death card showing up in relationships. Some of you are definitely leaving something behind, the mask, walking through the door into a new life. Sometimes, Pisces, you just need to go. Yeah? Keeping ourselves small serves no one in the end. Now, the gift is the Hermit card. So there's going to be an awful lot of time out for soul reflection. I mean, the Hermit card is about discernment, it's about discrimination, it's about making wise choices. We all make unwise choices, Pisces. God, that's what gives us wisdom. That's how we learn from our experience. That's what evolution is. That's what soul development is. So some of you might be a guide for other people, or it might be your there's something that's been let go of here, and what you're doing is, this is called the Rest and Digest card, and it's here, and it's the ending card. So this is about something's definitely come to an end. Some of you might feel that you cannot bring it to an end because of security reasons. But I don't really think that's nothing that's built on this. Yeah, and then out comes the Strength card, which is about Leo. It's about following the heart, the true self. Some of you are definitely bringing something to an end here, and it looks like you're taking a step back, resting and digesting the process in order to move forward in 2022 in a way that's... So the Leo archetype rules the heart, it rules courage, it rules all those energies that every single one of us need in order to break through and take off that mask to our authentic life. That's what you're doing here. It looks like December's more a pause. Yeah, it's more a pause. That's it. And the moon is the challenge. So the moon represents our... the moon is about everything that's familiar. It's our known world. It's what's regular. It's also can bring up fears, a lot of unconscious fears. So those unconscious fears would be, or what's the future going to hold? That's projection. That is not reality. That is an illusion. Yeah. And that's what keeps a lot of us back. But for some of you, it might be making a change and letting go of what's been familiar. Because even an unhappy situation becomes the moon. We become familiar with being unhappy, essentially. And I know that sounds insane, but some people would rather be familiar with being unhappy than to risk uncertainty and walking through that door and taking off that mask. This reading's for someone, and I hope you do get it. You're going to walk through that door. I don't think in the month of December. The month of December is more, oh my gosh, the cut's been made, rest and digest, and then you find that strength, that wow. It's probably Mars being in Sagittarius, because that's going to trigger all the fire energy, and the fire represents our ability to act on our own behalf. Okay? The thing is, it would seem to me that your money and work and is actually built on very solid ground, and you've got the Hierophant at a soul level. So that's about having the ground under your feet, which means the biggest challenge that you have in letting go is about letting go about what's been familiar. It's, it's just something about human nature, and even if it becomes a habit, and even if something's unhappy, a lot of us stay in it. But I think that this is about rest and digest. It's about attending to your essential needs. Look, fantastic cards to have here. This can be a new job. It can be moving house, because the Four of Wands is a threshold card, and it's when we walk. It's almost like, that mask card. So the Four of Wands is walking through the door. See? It's got a dragonfly. So the symbol is walking forward to a new life. But Pisces, you're in some process with it. A couple of other people got readings like this, which means, and the reason why you're in some process is you've got the two cards of rest and digest, which is when we stop to reflect on where we've been, where we're going. Because if we don't allow ourselves those periods, we just recreate the same old madness. And then we think, I've no luck in life, and actually what we've done is repeat the same old madness. So rest and digest is something that I tend to really recommend for people. Most people don't listen, by the way. But there's something that you're letting go of. And so the moon might bring up fears about letting go of what's familiar to enter into what's unfamiliar. And that's why most people don't let go, because there's a sense of safety there. So why is the Hierophant at a soul level? Fantastic card to have here. And why it's fantastic, see, there's double meanings. For some of you, the fear of letting go is because of like shoulds and coulds. I should try harder, I should just stay. The Hierophant can be about laws that we have taken on that aren't ours. Yeah, that might be for some of you, and that is for the challenges, but you're still letting go, guys. Okay, so, and then it's clarified with the star card. So you've got the Leo Aquarius axis. So this is the energy that as a whole of the world we're moving towards. This is the energy of individuation. And this is the energy of, now I'm not saying we're true to ourselves at the expense of other people. Never, ever, ever. That's not what being true to oneself is. But this is about following the heart, following a dream, following something that you truly desire. And quite often we follow something we truly desire, we're being asked to let go of something which is familiar, but ready to want to die. Whew. What else does Pisces need to hear? You know, you've got a lot of really... Yeah, now you get the World card, which is a different version of the Death card. This is completion. This is again is showing up. So I clarified money and work, and it looks like it's a cycle completing itself. And you're moving forward to a new one. Also, the gift might be a Virgo you're dealing with. So it could be Virgo that you're dealing with, and what's happening here is a complete shift in the relationship dynamics. And I would say for the better, because the Three of Pentacles is a card of neutrality and reciprocity. Being a Pisces can so often be about giving, but not receiving. So this could be a whole shift in a relationship dynamic. Like, I don't get that wrong and right, but someone willing to turn up and take their share. God, that would be good, wouldn't it? Which shifts the whole balance. And it shifts the whole balance to much more stability, and you know, it shifts the balance in a fantastic way. And then you're ending and going to 2022 just full of the sun, full of Leo, full of a sense of purpose and destiny. Boy, Pisces, wasn't really expecting that. I don't know why, because I've got Pisces moon and I'm completing a cycle. I'm getting ready to begin a new one in my work. And I've definitely put boundaries down and no longer willing to be part of something that's not based on equality. And there's no negotiation allowed. Anyhow, Pisces, thank you for all who've supported me. And so much love, guys. Bye.